Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. And man, we are going to be taking a look at the Benchmade Mini Adamas. This is a 273GY-1, the black G10 version. Yeah, this knife is a knife that is really surprising me, guys. I am really surprised on how much I am liking this knife. We're going to take a look though. Now, I did get an opportunity to see this a little early. Zach, of course, our good friend Zach and his work with Benchmade, he had the opportunity to check it out. I got to see it. The first time he handed it to me and I opened it and put it in my hand, I was like, man, that feels really good. And throughout the day, we met up here down the road. We met up at a Cabela's, just kind of had an afternoon talking knives and checking out Cabela's stock. And the whole time we're checking out this knife, I'm like, man, I'm just really liking it. So, you know, he goes home, and every once in a while I'm like, man, I really liked the way that Mini Adamas felt in my hand. And it just kept coming up. Well, of course, they came out, they released, and right about that time, I went to Portland to meet up with Zach, and of course, Justin, OCD for EDC, was out here on the West Coast for business, but we had the opportunity to meet up and go to Benchmade again, and I was like, I need to get my hands on that Mini Adamas again. I did, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get one. And I'll talk about it a little bit more, but let's talk a little bit about the knife. Like I said, black G10, blacked out hardware, deep carry pocket clip, access lock, of course, dual thumb stud deployment. Now this one is in crew wear. Very cool, CPM crew wear right there. It is a Shane Seibert design. Now this is a first production. I was lucky enough to get my hands on a first production. Now, is that a huge deal to me? No. The whole first production, that's not a huge, but it's kind of cool. It's cool. It's nothing wrong with that. Would I have been sad if it wouldn't have been? No, we'll put it that way. But you've got a really nice ramp with some jimping on it to help you aid in that grip. Choil, yeah, it's done really well. You got a nice fuller there. Now, you've got this coating on the blade that I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it's a tungsten coating. I have the, yes, tungsten gray. Tungsten gray. There we go. Action. It was a little stiff coming out of the box when it was brand new. And we did a live stream down there. I'm sure some of you saw that. All three of us at a park, just standing around the tailgate, talking about knives and talking about what we got at Benchmade. And it was running smooth like this within maybe 10-15 minutes of, just working it, breaking it in. And yeah, the action on this thing is absolutely, it's terrific. We'll get our spec check out of the way, and then I'll blab more about this knife because it's really surprising me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're looking at about 7 3/8, 7.5. Pretty close to 7.5. I think officially they call it 7.62. I don't know if I'm seeing quite that. I'm going to call it right about 7.5 because that's just what I see. But anyway, 5 1/4 on the handle, and roughly about, we'll give it 3 1/4 on the blade. So yeah, it's right about 7.5. Your blade edge is just over 3 inches. So those of you with the 3-inch, it's close. It's right there. Grip length. Grip length. Now this is something I'm definitely going to talk about because Justin and I had very different opinions on it. I'm looking at about 3 3/4 on the grip length, guys, and that's kind of how it looks in my 3 3/4 inch hand. As you can see there, the grip, that pretty much comes down right to the end of my hand. My hand fits in this one just absolutely perfectly. It's locking me in. Now, Justin has a lot larger hands than mine, and he, of course, liked the full size better, which understandable. You've got these natural restriction points here that kind of, you know, if you do have larger hands, you're going to start getting back here, and it's not going to be as comfortable. Guess that's why they did a mini and a full size. Benchmade was thinking about that. But yeah, he preferred the full size. I definitely preferred the mini. Zach, I believe, he's pretty sure he likes the mini as well. It's just what fits us the best. That grip is phenomenal. Now, normally as well, I don't go for a lot of knives with holes on the handle and stuff, but you know what? It actually kind of aids in the grip, and just, it really kind of helps with this. And it just feels so good in hand. Now, back to what I was saying, it surprises me. You know, we're going to do some size comparisons, of course. Now, guys, a bug out is probably more my EDC knife. You know, the size, weight, you know, or a 940 perhaps. You know, a little bit lighter, a little bit more slight as far as shape and design. Now, that might not be so true with, by the way, this was the other one that I got while I was there. This is the Going Gear exclusive 940, another beautiful knife, and very, very glad. This is a discontinued knife, and they just happened to have some at Benchmade while we were there, so I had to add this one to the collection for sure. Now, the PM2 is not a smaller knife. It's slender. But I just see these two knives as fitting in different categories. And then, okay, one more. The Solaris. It's a good size knife. But I still see it as an EDC rather than a more heavy-duty work knife is kind of where I see the Mini Adamas. But I am loving just carrying this as an EDC. It has surprised me how much I like to carry this knife. It's finding its way in my pocket quite a bit. And I've got to review other knives. I've got to carry other knives. But man, this knife, it just won't leave me alone. It keeps coming after me. And you know what? I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Let's get a weight on it here real quick. What do we got? We are looking at, so 4.6 ounces or 130 grams. Let's just, for the heck of it, let's throw the Solaris up there and see. There's 139 grams. 4.9 ounces? What was that? That's funny. That's really funny to me. Check that out, guys. The Solaris is actually weighing more than what the Mini Adamas is, but I see them in two different roles. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. And of course, we'll check out our carry real quick, but we do have the Benchmade deep carry clip on it. So it pretty much disappears in the pocket. There's a little bit peeking out there, so not too bad though. Pocket clip, really good retention, carries really well, and yeah, I don't know. This very well may be my surprise knife. Well, it is my surprise knife of 2021 so far. It has to be. Because I did not, when I saw it, when Zach, you know, was kind of talking about it, and we did our 2021, you know, preview with what I did with Zach and Peter Christine. We did a channel chat. Brad from Knives Fast, or Casey from Knives Fast, Brad from Mild Mannered EDC. They were all there. And we were looking at it, and it just looks, you know, it wasn't grabbing me. It just wasn't, I was like, okay, cool, you know. Man, that first time, I don't know if I've ever had a knife where I got it in hand like that, and then, you know, it kind of went away. And I'm thinking about it. Like, man, that, I can't believe how much I really like that knife. And yeah, that is exactly what happened with the mini Adamas. Yeah, it just, I enjoyed it so much when I was checking out with Zach, and I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And then we went down there and I got it in hand again, and I was like, yeah, I have to have one of these. So, it's a wonderful knife, guys. They're selling, now on Benchmade's website, of course, they're saying $250. I believe they're selling in that 210, 212, 210 to 220, we'll call it, in that range. That's what they're selling for. CPM crew wear. I have not used this thing enough to need to sharpen it yet. So my first experience with crew wear. So that's, or well, really any steel of that, probably, you know, crew wear, M4, that type of steel. It's my first experience, so it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. If all else fails, Benchmade's Life Sharp. Woohoo! You know, hey, I gotta be honest. So, but yeah, it's the mini Adamas is, as so far right now, it is my surprise knife of 2021. And I think it's going to take some to overcome it. I really do. But huge shout out to Zach for helping me spend my money. But hey, man, he showed me a knife that I really, really enjoy, and I really, really appreciate it. So just as much as I really appreciate you guys checking it out with me today, greatly do. As always, guys, remember to like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.